Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Thursday, the 2nd of November. Good to have you aboard, part of the Believe Podcast Network, and presented as always by our title sponsor, Anidjar and Levine, Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733. Week 9 of the NFL season begins tonight. Steelers and Titans. The Panthers are back in action tonight. Finally, my favorite little hockey team coming off a loss a few nights ago in Boston. I fucking hate the Bruins. And you got the Heat last night, who have the worst record in the Eastern Conference. But as you can tell, there's so much going on. The World Series ended last night as well. Rangers are world champions. The last of the major pro sports got going last week being the NBA. It's off and running. College basketball is ready to go as well. Bet Online remains your top spot for all your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL, all in full swing. Bet Online is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. All the hoops betting action, along with every sport available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to the Bet Online website today. Remember, use your promo code BELIEVE for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. So yes, World Series champion Texas Rangers. Great game. Zach Gallen went into the sixth or seventh with a no-hitter. He would end up giving up a run that inning. In the ninth, the Rangers would tack on 4 more. 5-0 Rangers win the series in 5. They are world champions for the first time. Corey Seager, he might be top Jew. I feel like Corey Seager's Jewish. I can't confirm it anywhere. He might be top Jew. Corey Seager becomes the second player to win the World Series MVP with 2 different teams. Dodgers, Rangers, of course, the only other one, Reggie Jackson, Athletics, Yankees. How about that? Just the second time in Major League Baseball history. If this was big deal or not a big deal, that's big deal. Amazing, amazing job. So, World Series MVP, second position player, I think, to win World Series MVP with 2 different teams. Koufax, Koufax won second player to do it with 2 different teams. Koufax, of course, did it twice with the Dodgers. So, yeah, second player to do it with 2 different teams. That's amazing. All right, but everybody settle down. We got an action-packed show today. Week 9 getting started tonight. That means Thursday, fantasy football. Jamie Eisenberg, CBS Sports fantasy football expert. You know he joins us on Thursdays. We're going to get him to help us set our lineup. The Dolphins are in Germany. Travis Wingfield, Dolphins Drive Time podcast, hosts the Dolphins pre- and post-game on the Dolphins Radio Network. Travis Wingfield is going to join us on the show today. We'll talk about the Dolphins defense with Jalen Ramsey. We'll talk about Tua. Have to ask him. Tua, Tyreek, who's the MVP? I think the Dolphins are ready to win this weekend. I am very confident. Like I could have told you, I think the Dolphins are going to win in Buffalo. I think they're going to win in Philadelphia. I'm really confident in the Dolphins going into in Germany this weekend. Compared to those 2 games, those were at those 2 teams. This is a neutral site on the road. That obviously plays a big role. I think this Dolphin team is ready to win this weekend. I think things are lining up well for them. You're coming off of a poor performance for Kansas City. Mahomes was sick. The game being in Germany. The Dolphins getting healthy. Tyreek and Tua, they're clearly on a different level. Tyreek going up against his former team. You know there's some extra juice right there. I think, and the Dolphins, their 3rd opportunity now against a big-time team to get a big-time win. Got to prove you're not a fraud. I really believe the Dolphins are so ready for this game this weekend. I think the Dolphin fan is going to feel fantastic on Monday morning. Monday morning, you're going to feel fantastic by lunchtime on Sunday. So I'm very excited for the Dolphins this weekend. We'll talk to Jamie Eisenberg for fantasy football. We'll talk to Travis Wingfield. We'll talk Dolphins and Chiefs with him. The Heat, as excited as I think you're going to be with the Dolphins on Sunday, that's how disappointed you are in your favorite little basketball team, the Miami Heat, right now. The Heat look like a bad team. Right now, the new pieces that we thought would be big improvements for this team have been disappointing. Very disappointing. Number one, you could start with Josh Richardson. Well, first, let's start with the game. They blew a 16-point lead against a team that was featuring G-Leaguers off the bench. They blew a 16-point lead against a team that benched their best player, Mikal Bridges, to start the second half. They blew a 16-point lead against a team led by Ben Simmons, who I keep hearing how much better he's doing this year. He was non-existent to me. Like, he makes no impact as far as I'm concerned. They lost to a Nets team that you should have been able to put away on your home floor. And instead, for, the fifth consecutive game, well, 4 out of 5, because they played a good fourth quarter in Milwaukee. They made it a game late. 4 out of 5 games, the Heat in the fourth quarter have been pitiful. And they are a 19-point blown lead and almost a 19-point blown lead and a 1-point win. A Cade Cunningham 3-point miss at the buzzer against a lowly Detroit Piston team away from being 0-5 to start this season. The Heat have the worst record in the Eastern Conference. They have the second worst record in the NBA. Only the Memphis Grizzlies at 0-5 are worse than them. The Heat right now look like the pits. There's no other way to put it. They look terrible. And coming off an off season, we already been through this, where the Heat fan was on the team about not making any moves, not getting a deal done. I feel like this is one of those cases like the end of last year where the Heat fan wanted them to lose the play-in so that there could be major, off-season ramifications. I feel like we're getting close to a spot, even though we're 5 games in, which shows you what a disaster the start of the season is. I feel like we're getting close to a spot, even though we're just 5 games in, where the Heat fan is going to want them to continue losing these games to force the team to make a major dramatic move. And that's not usually the Heat's MO. I mean, Pat Riley kind of used to do that when he first got here. He would make dramatic changes like that. The league's different now. But I feel like the Heat fan is going to get to a place real soon that they want the losses. They want these early losses to force some type of major shakeup. And here's the thing. The piece that you would use to make a major shakeup, Tyler Hero, the piece that you would dangle out there to make a big move, he looks awesome. Now, Bam's looked very good as well, but Tyler's looked amazing. He was great again last night. Tyler had 30 points last night. He's your only reliable offensive option. And so, and by the way, if you want to actually hit rock bottom, you lose on Friday at home to the Wizards. Forget that it's an in-season tournament game. That's right. This Friday at home against Washington counts as a group play game for the in-season tournament. Forget about, losing that game because it's an in-season tournament game. The Wizards are like the stupidest team in the league. The most uninteresting, nondescript team there is, led by that trash player, Jordan Poole. He's trash. Bouncing the ball off the backboard, down by 20. That's a trash player. You want to hit rock bottom, you lose Friday night at home to Washington. And it's only 5 games in. Jaime Jaquez Jr. got the start last night because you had Kevin Love who was out. I mean, the injuries, Love's out. Martin's still out. Going into the game, this guy's questionable. This guy's questionable. Fucking enough with the injuries. And the guys who we figured, and when we say we, I mean me, right here, hand up. The guys who we figured were going to be big additions for this team, who are going to help them be better than last year, in addition to Tyler Hero returning, they've been disappointing. Josh Richardson last night. Josh Richardson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Duncan Robinson. 3 guys who we figured can go a long way toward helping this team be better than last year. I say Robinson because he hardly played last year, and he was very good in the postseason. He's going to play in the regular season. Jaquez Jr., he's clearly going to play early on, although with the way that he has struggled recently, coach may hold him out. I could see for a few games, maybe you're not ready just yet. Josh Richardson. I feel like Josh Richardson was going to be an upgrade over Gabe Vincent. Richardson, Jaquez Jr., Robinson. They combined to shoot 4 for 26 last night. You can't win like that. 2 for 17 from 3 from those guys. Horrible. And I like that Jaquez Jr. has the confidence to keep shooting, but he was 0 for 5 from 3 by the end of the first quarter. At some point, hey, you know what I don't have? Let me go to the basket. And I like what I see from Jaquez. I like that he had the confidence to keep shooting there. I like the activity. But at some point, when he's getting the minutes this early in his rookie season, at some point he's got to be productive. It can't just be, we know he's going to be really good. He's going to help us. It has to get to a point where he helps them. Richardson, awful last night. Jaquez Jr., awful last night. Robinson, awful last night. Lowry runs around for 30 minutes. I don't know what he does. Half the time he gets the ball, he doesn't even look at the hoop. You're on the penalty kill when you have the ball and he's out there. I don't know what he does out there. Played 30 minutes. I don't know what his purpose is. I don't know how he helps the team. And look, Josh Richardson played 30 minutes last night as a total non-factor. Right now, everyone who's... Here's this is a tough pill to swallow. Because right now, everyone who said a Miami offer to Portland was shit. They could offer this. That offer's shit. And we're pushing back against this. It's a good offer. Everyone who claimed that what the Heat could offer Portland, if Joe Cronin wasn't a cockroach, what the Heat could offer them, that's shit. And we're pushing back on it. Right now, they were right. Now, forget the Tyler Hero part. They're wrong about that because Tyler Hero's awesome. But the other pieces, Jaquez, he struggled. Jovic, he doesn't play. All those people who were pointing fingers and yelling at us that this offer ain't shit, right now, they're right. And look, for folks who I'm getting these messages, why isn't Spo playing Jovic? Don't you think that if Eric Spoelstra, the best coach in the NBA, thought that Nikola Jovic can help them, they're 1-4. If he thought that Jovic can help them, don't you think he would play him? And it's not like, they don't play young guys. Jaquez Jr. has 5 games to his name as a pro. Jovic at least played professional overseas, and he's in his second year with the team. Spo sees him every day and clearly does not believe he can help this team right now. And look, based on what I've seen so far, I agree. I don't think he looks ready. But the whole why doesn't he play Jovic? Can the coach get the benefit of the doubt? Clearly, he doesn't believe he can help the team. So right now, again, you want to know what it feels like to hit rock bottom? Wait till Friday night. And I think there are Heat fans who are going to start to be okay with the losses because they want major change. And you're certainly not going to get any kind of major change until mid-December because that's when all the trades can really happen, when a bunch of the new contracts that were signed, those players become trade eligible. But right now, this team is the pits. The only thing to feel good about is Tyler Hero. He looks great. You know what's another thing, actually, that you can feel good about? So, tributes all throughout the game last night to Dr. Jack. That was so fucking cool. I hate, by the way, I put out a tweet, oh, this is so awesome. This tribute that Bally Sports Heat, the Miami Heat, that they're doing for Dr. Jack. And then I get, people respond, I wish I could see it. So I guess on the streaming app for Bally, they've had a lot of problems recently. Last night was another one of those nights where you couldn't even get the game. You couldn't log in, and Bally Sports across the country, I believe, sends out the message, we're having technical issues. This Bally Sports fucking sucks. There's no other way to put it. They have sucked for years. Remember all the audio problems last year with the Panthers? I don't think there have been any problems yet this year. But Bally Sports fucking sucks, man. Now, I guess this is for people who have the app where your streaming service provider doesn't carry the regional sports network, so you have to get it a la carte. For me, it's included. I have DirecTV Stream, so I haven't had this problem. Bally is included in my package. But, If I couldn't get the Heat games to the Panther games because Bally doesn't have their act together, I'd be so fucking mad. I feel bad for you guys. And I feel bad you weren't able to see the Dr. Jack tributes. For those of you guys who are too young, like you're a Heat fan who's like 25 years old, you never heard Dr. Jack. 8 years with the team, early 90s, and oh my God, the greatest. The greatest. Eric Reed, Dr. Jack. That's not Eric Reed, former 7-9 Ticket Midday host. I don't know what he does. Eric Reed, Dr. Jack Ramsey, the OG. They're not the first team. The OG Miami Heat TV broadcast team, the all-time best Miami Heat TV broadcast team. Dr. Jack was incredible. And just hearing I got goosebumps. I was getting emotional watching the clips last night. They did such a good job showing you that stuff and putting it together. And I guess they have the Dr. Jack Media Memorial Center, whatever it is, and I guess that's where the radio are broadcasting from now. They kind of redid that area. I'd like to see it. It looked like it was probably really cool. I'm really glad that, excuse me, they were able to honor Dr. Jack. And for those who don't know about him, you got to hear some of the clips, watch some of the calls. And for those who loved him, he was a part of the soundtrack of my childhood. For those who loved him, you were able to relive some of those memories again last night. I got emotional watching it. I had such a huge smile on my face. I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed it the way that I did. Crusher, Slammer, Stuffer, Thunder, Leonard, and of course, this away, that away, hot away. That man, Tim Hardaway. Oh my God. It was, I got goosebumps right now. Such a great job by the team putting that together last night.